Right, here we go. Let's start this one. This is a predicted paper, Edexcel, paper 2, so it's a calculator paper. We'll have a go at this one. Not seen this one before, so because they're all brand new. It's from Maths Genie. Okay, so let's have a look at number 1. 87% as a fraction. I'm going to write 87 over 100. 87 over 100. Put the numbers in order of size. So 1, 3, 4 is the smallest. Cross it out as we go along, then we don't repeat any numbers. 1, 4, 6, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 4, and 203. Measure the size of the angle. So can I get the protractor out? It should be the same whether I'm displaying it on a screen or doing something else. Right, so get the protractor in the middle, and I reckon more or less 120 degrees we'll go with. Where's the cursor? 120 degrees. Let's have a look. Let's go down to the next one. We'll make any mistakes here for you. Measure the length of the line. No, I'm not going to be able to do that because this is not A4. Measure the length of the line. This line here. So you get your ruler along there, measure the length of the line, and your answer's got to be in centimeters. So I'm going to guess 8.2. Change 4 hours to minutes, so you do 4 times 60, which is 240 minutes. Change 750 meters into kilometers, divide by 1000, 0.75. You don't need the 0 at the end. What are we going? Right. Write the number 5.3 million. Alright, so what we're going to write the number, how are we going to do this? Are we going to actually write 5.3 million? Oh no, it's just the number, isn't it? So it's 5,300,000 with commas, delimiters in the middle. You don't need the commas really. Here are 4 number cards. Write down the largest 3-digit number that can be made. Well, you're going to use the 7 first, and then the 5, and then the 3. Alright, now arrange the cards to give the smallest possible answer to the sum, something plus something. So we're going to go 20 something plus 30 something, and it doesn't matter which way around the 5 and the 7 goes because it's all going to be exactly the same. So we'll put 25 and 37, sorry, 37. Write the following fractions in size order. Right, we've got all sorts of carry on going on here. Now we've got a calculator we can use. I just realized that, a calculator question. So do 11 divided by 20 and change everything into decimals. 5 divided by 8, 0.625. Right, I'm going to go over there, 0.625. 3/4 is 0.75. 3/5 is 0.6, and that's 0.7. Some of them you know, some of them you have to work out. So start with the smallest. So the smallest is 0.55. But mistake. That's my working out, isn't it? That's my working out. You need to put the fractions in order. So the smallest one is this one, which is 11 over 20. Then this one, 3 over 5. Then this one, 5 over 8. And 3 over 5. This one, 7 over 10. And 3 over 4. Oh, nearly made the mistake. Work out the difference in minutes between 55 minutes and 1 3/4 hours. So 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. So 60 plus 45 is 105 minutes. And 55 minutes, so that find the difference, we'll just take one away from the other. 5 from 5 is nothing, and 5 from 10 is going to be 5. So it's 50 minutes. All right, so far we're up to number 10. So what have we got? Simplify. 3 times b times 9, with 3 9s are 27b. Simplify, collect like terms. 2x minus 6x is minus 4x. And minus 3y minus is minus 7y. Just add the numbers together. Minuses. Bit weird. Bit weird. Do we want to put the x's before the y's? Well, we have, haven't we? So it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. So let's look what we got here. We've got, in the next question, here's a bar chart showing some temperatures. Here are the average temperatures in October, November and December. Complete the bar chart. October is 16. So October is going to be there. November is 11, which is going to be halfway. And December is 8, which is going to be there. Now this is going to be a lot quicker for you to do this on with a ruler and a pencil than me trying to draw all these lines, because I'm just not very good at doing these tablet things. But bear with me. This is taking. It's not the vertical lines are not that important. It's where the lines, how tall the bars are, so to speak. So let's do the last one. There. Right, now what we got to work out. In which 2 months were the highest average of temperatures recorded? Well, this one and this one, which is July and August. July and August. Expand. Right, when we expand, we multiply everything inside by what's outside. Yeah. So 7 times 2h is 14h, and 7 times minus 3 is minus 21. Right. A cup of tea costs T, a cup of coffee costs C. Write an expression in pounds for the cost of 5 cups of tea and 4 cups of coffee. So we're going to have 5 cups of tea plus 4 cups of coffee. Yeah? David is paid £34,000 a year. He's going to get a 3% increase on the money. How much will be paid after? Right, so I'll do it this way, yeah? So work out 3% of 34,000 on the calculator. So 3 divided by 100 times 34,123 is 1020. Now this is going to be his increase, so we need to add 1020 and 34,000 together. So 0.2053 pounds. That's how much he's going to get. Question 15. Q equals 6p minus r, p is minus 4, r is 5. Right, work out the value of q. So q equals 6 times minus 4 in that, and then r minus 5. So 6 fours are 24, but it's minus 24 minus 5, which is minus 29. Minus 29. Let's make sure I'm doing everything right for you, yeah? Right, okay. Next one down. Oh, 1,100 students at the school, 540 students are girls, the rest are boys. 10th of the girls are left-handed, 8th of the boys are left-handed. Work out the number of left-handed students. So we've got, do the girls, yeah? The girls is 1/10 times 540, which equals 54. So the boys, first of all, we've got to find out how many boys there are. So it's 1,100 minus all the girls. Find out that first. 1,100 minus 540, which is 560. Now we've got to find an eighth of that. So an eighth times 560. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 8 times 560 is 70. I could have just divided that by 8. So that is 70. So we've got, how many left-handed are there? There are 54 girls plus 70 boys, which equals 4, 5 and 7 are 12, 124. Now, next one up. Noah and Mia save a total of 482. Mia saved £34 more than Noah. How much did Noah save? So it's just that, take away that. Yeah. 482 minus 34. That doesn't go, so call that 7 and 1. And so that will be 8 and 4 and 4. I don't think that's right. Let's have a look at that. Noah and Mia saved a total of 482. I get you. Don't do it that way. Right. So what we need to do is cut that in half. So half will be 241. Now, Mia, so now we've got 34. So if we cut the 34 in half, it will be 17. So Mia saves 241 plus 17, and Noah does 241 minus 17. We're only asked for Noah, so let's do 241 minus 17. It's 224. 224. We've got some algebra now. 5 equals 19 minus k. Work out what k is. So let's take away 19 from both sides. So 5 minus 19 is minus 14 equals minus k. Multiply everything by minus 1, and then we'll get k is equal to the 14. And here's another one. Find out d. So let's multiply by 4. First of all, get rid of that. So we've got d plus 3 equals 5 times 4 is 20. And then take away 3. So d is equal to 20 take away 3 is 17. Here are the masses in kilograms of 15 objects. Draw an ordered stem and leaf diagram to... Oh, stem and leaf. You still do that in Edexcel. All the other exam boards are not bothered. So what we need to do is we need to do the 1 point somethings, the 2 point somethings, the 3 point somethings, and the 4 point somethings. And then we do all the little numbers, the decimal places, in the right order. So the ones we've got is that. So 1.5, 1.6, 1.8, 1.8. Right, now we do the twos. So we've got 2.9, 2.9, 2. Let's cross these out. So we've got 2.1, 2.4, and 2.9, and another 2.9. There's a 2.3 there, look. So there's a 3 in there. And then we do the threes. So let's cross out all these. There's 3.5, 3.1, 3.5, 3. There's a lot of threes. So there's a 3.1, and then a couple of 3.5s. Then there's a 3.7 and a 3.8. So there's the 7 and there's the 8. 4. There's only one of those, 4.4. Now the key, what do we do for the key? So we take an example from the key. So we do the first one. See this vertical line? So if we go 1 and the vertical line and 5, and what does that equal? Well, it's all in kilograms, so that will equal 1.5 kilograms, which was wherever that was. There, that one. So that's how you read that. Work out the median. Oh, median is a middle value. So how many have we got? we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 altogether. So n plus 1 divided by 2 will find where the middle is. So we've got 15 plus 1 divided by 2 is 16 divided by 2 equals 8. So it's the 8th one in from the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 2.9. 2.9 kilograms. Yeah. Not done that. I'm not familiar with Edexcel, by the way. You'd probably guess. Write down the reciprocal of a third, just upside down. So it will be 3 over 1, which will be the same as 3. Molly gets paid $9.20 for each hour she works Monday to Friday. She gets $11.40 for each hour she works on Saturday. Last week, she worked 12 hours from Monday to Friday and 4 hours on Saturday. Show that Molly got paid more. So 12 hours times £9.20, yeah, plus 4 hours times £11.40. Right. So I'll do this all in bits. 12 times 9.2 is 110.40 because it's money, plus 4 times 11.4 is 45 pounds 60, and add these two together equals 156. Put the pound sign in. So it's more than 150, yeah? Right. Ooh, solve. A quadratic equation. So, put the two brackets like this. And this is going to be a and a, because a times a is a squared. Now we need factors of 16 that add together to make 10 to start off with. So we got 1 times 16, 2 times 8, that's as far as we need to go. Look, 2 and 8 make 10. So these are the numbers, 2 and 8. Now they've got to be minus 10. So they would both have to be minus, because minus 2 times minus 8 is plus 16. And minus 8 add minus 2 is minus 10. Right, well, what we got? 23. Here, list of ingredients for making 12 flapjacks. He wants to make 20. How much of each? So we've got to do all of them. So we're going to go 225 divided by 12. Yeah, we'll tell you how much for one, times 20. And 75 divided by 12 times 20. 4 tablespoons divided by 12 times 20. And 350 grams of whatever it is, oats, divided by 12 times 20. Yeah, so find for one and then multiply it back up. So 225 divided by 12 times 20 is 375. So we'll go 375 for the butter. And 75 divided by 12 times 20 is 125 for the sugar. Now 4 divided by 12 times 20 is 6.6 recurring I've got there. Ooh, 6. Should we call it 6.7? No, I'll write it down exactly what's in the display. 6.6 recurring. And 350 divided by 12 times 20 is 583.3 recurring. 583.3 recurring. Goodness knows how you're going to measure that out, but there you go. You could have chosen some better numbers than that. Here's the first 5 terms of a sequence. Find the expression in terms of n for the nth term of the sequence. So, here's the terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what's the difference between these two numbers? 9 and 4 is 5. 14 and 19 is 5. That's 5. that's 5. So it's a linear sequence. So we've got 5n. Now if we do 5 multiplied by the n number, that gives us 5. So let's come down a bit. No, I'll just write that. So that 5n. So we've got 5 for the first term. Let's move that over. Move it over. So the difference is 5, so we've got 5n there. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. Now we do the difference between the original numbers and this. So 9 take away is 4. 14 take away 10 is 4. 19 take away 10 is 4. 24 take away 4. So we need to add 4 onto the 5n. So we're going to get 5n plus 4. Here's a list of 7 numbers. Right. The mean of one number's hidden. The mean of the numbers is 9. What's the hidden numbers? So in total, so the total is going to be the 7 numbers times the mean. Yeah? 63. Now, add these up now. So we got 11 plus 6 is 17, plus 7 is 24, plus 10 is 34, plus 7 is 41, plus 9 is 50. 50. So the difference between 50 and 63 is 13. So that, I reckon, will be the missing number. Now we're on to number 26. The scatter graph shows the scores of 16 students on their biology and physics. What type of correlation is this? Well, it's positive. It's positive. So we just put positive because it's going up. It's going up that way. Another student scores 52 on their biology. Estimate the physics. So first of all, we've got to do what's called a line of best fit. So this is a line that goes up sort of through the middle of all these things. Yeah, so we've got just the same on the bottom as we have on the top. Now we're going to go to 52 on the biology, which is 52, which is about there. And you will be allowed a little bit of 52 on the biology. So we're going to go up to the line there and then draw another line till we go over to the physics. And that's there. So that's that line there, which is each one of these is 4. So that'd be 68. So 68. So I reckon they're going to score 68 on the physics. Of course, this will all depend where you draw your line of best fit. You might want to do it a bit further down, therefore your physics answer will be a bit less. You're going to be allowed between this and that. How accurate you draw your line of best fit, that's up to you. In a sale, the normal price of a TV is reduced by 20%. The sale price is $6.60. Work out the normal price. So this is a reverse percentage type thing. So if we've reduced the normal price by 20%, then this $6.60 is worth 80% of the total price. So if we take $6.60, divide it by 80, that tells us what 1% is. And then just multiply it by 100, and that tells us what the 100% was. So $6.60 divided by 80 times 100 is 825. 825. We've got some circle-y things that's going on with this. The diagram shows the sector centre O. The radius is 8. The angle is 150. Calculate the area of the sector. Right. Now the area of a whole circle is going to be pi r squared. Now we have only got this 150 degrees, so we multiply that by like the fraction of the whole circle, which is 150 times over 360. R squared is 8 times 8, which is 64. So we've got pi times 64 times 150 divided by 360. And if you're using a calculator, use the pi button on your calculator. So pi times 64 times 150 and divided by 360 equals 83. Hang on, here's the whole thing, 83.7758. Now we want three significant figures. So significant figures begin after the zeros. There aren't any zeros, so there's the 1, there's the 2, there's the three significant figures. So this 7 is going to round that up to 8. So we've got 83.8. Now the diagram shows a plan, front elevation and side of a solid shape. Draw a sketch of the solid shape. Give the dimensions of your solid on your sketch. So we've got like a bit of blank paper to draw. Plan, that's looking down. Front elevation, side elevation. So I'm going to do the front elevation first, and I'm going to look at a bit of an angle. So I'm going to get that. So that's what it's going to look like. So that's the front. So here's the side. So the side sees these two bits. So it's that sort of shape. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. So this is a bit longer than that one. Yeah. There. And the side, you see, from the side you see that bit and that bit. We're going to need some diagrams. So there's the plan. So the plan is 1 and 2, and the side is 1 and 1, and the front is 3 and 2. That's, oh, how long is it? 3. I've got that 3 from there, so that will be 3, and all these are 3 as well. I don't think we have to label everything up, but why not? Why not indeed? Right, okay. Question 30. Now we're going to borrow something from two different banks now. So, what do we do? What do we do? Find the best one, I suppose. You want to invest £800 for 3 years. You can choose between bank A and B. Which will give the map the most interest? Now, this is compound interest. Now, so you take, this is the way I do it. There's lots of different ways to do these. I don't want to be working out 1.2%. Adding it on, 1.2%, adding it on, 1.2%, adding it on. I'm going to do 8,000 times 1. Now the 1 is for the 8,000. Now I've got to add on the 1.2%. So that will be 1.2%. And we're going to do it for 3 years. So we're going to cube it. That's A. So let's do that. 8,000 times 101.2 cubed. Have I got a cubed? This might be a cubed, yeah. And that equals, wow. Oh, I forgot the decimal point. Hang on. 8,000. I've got the decimal point in the wrong way, wrong place, sorry. I've just got to get millions in the bank there. So there's the 1.2%, there's the 100, right, and that 8,000 times 1.012 cubed, nope, I've pressed the square root button, hang on, 8,000 times 1.012, that one, and that is 8291 point, round it up, 47. Okay, now Bank B. What do we do with Bank B? 2% compound interest in the first year and 1% compound interest in the second year. So maybe going to have to do this. So let's have a look. So 2%. So 1.02. That's for 1 year, and then the second year is one. The second and third year are 1%. So 1.01 squared, because we're doing it for 2 years. So 8,000 times 1.02 times 1.01 squared equals 8324.02, I'll call it. Now, if the numbers are similar, then you know you're on the right track. If you get one number way bigger than the other, we've done something wrong. So which bank will give the most interest after the Bank B? We don't have to say by how much. We don't have to say by how much. Right. Any more? Oh, it's a drawing. It's a drawing. Right. What are we going to do with this? Complete the table of the values. But y equals x squared minus 3x minus 1. Now it's going to be some sort of curvy thing, yeah. So hopefully, it's because it's a positive x there. Hopefully, it's going to look like that somehow, yeah. So that's what we're aiming for. So there might be a place in the middle. So I'm going to start with the 4 and substitute the 4 into that. So 4 squared minus 3 times 4 minus 1. So that's 16 minus 12 minus 1, which is 3. So that's a 3 in there. So we're going to have 4 on the x and 3 on the y. So that's there. Right, next one is 3 squared minus 3 times 3 minus 1, which is 9 minus 9 minus 1, which equals minus 1. So that's a minus 1 there. So on the 3, we've got minus 1 down there. Next one, 2 squared minus 3 times 2 minus 1. 4 minus 6 minus 1 minus 3. So I've got minus 3 going on here. So when it's 2, it's minus 3, right down there. Okay, next one, we're going to do the 1. So 1 squared minus 3 times 1 minus 1 is 1 minus 3 minus 1, which is minus 3. Oh, the same as that. So we've hit the bottom of the curve, which is there. Look. So when we're 1, we're also minus 3 there. Now, 0. 0 squared minus 3 times 0 minus 1. Well, 0 squared is 0 minus 0 minus 1, which equals minus 1. So when it is 0, we've got minus 1 in there. Oh, this is taking a long time to do, isn't it? Right, let's go do some over here. The minus 1. So we've got minus 1 squared minus 3 times minus 1 minus 1. So minus 1 squared is 1. 3 times, 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. So we've got minus 3 minus 1. So that's plus 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. Minus 1 comes up as 3. Look, it's a perfect. Yeah. I don't know what this one is. Minus 2. Minus 2 squared minus 3 times minus 2 minus 1. So 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. Minus 2 squared is 4 minus minus 6 minus 1. So that's 4 plus 6, which is 10 minus 1, which equals 9. So when it's minus 2, we're right up to 9 there. Alright, on the grid, draw the graph of the values from minus 2 to 4. Yeah, so now we do my best effort on this tablet. So we're going to go down below there somewhere, yeah, and then come back up. So a nice, bit wonky there, but yeah, a nice curvy line. Anything to work out. Use the graph to estimate the turning point of the graph. The turning point is down here. So the turning point is the coordinate of this, which is 1.5, and we'll call that minus 3.5 on the x. Right. It's about, it depends how good you are at drawing. That may have come down a little bit more. Might come up a little bit more. I don't know. It's about that sort of thing. What we got? Calculate the area of the triangle. So we can't do a half base height. So this is a trig question. Trigonometry. So first thing for trigonometry is to write SOHCAHTOA. And we have half base height. We can use half base height to find the area, but we need the height, don't we? We need this. We need that. So to find the height, we're going to use the angle and this one there. So we label up from this angle. So this one is the opposite and this one is the adjacent. So we want one of these with the opposite and adjacent in, which is this. So tan 32 equals the opposite divided by the adjacent, which is 18. Therefore 18 times tan 32. Always write it this way round so you don't get tan 32 times 18 and then it won't know what it's doing. So this is going to find the height. So use the calculator. 18 times tan 32, which equals 11.24. 11.2476. I'm going to use lots of numbers here to try and make it more accurate. Then we're going to do the area equals half times 18 times 11.2476. Now this number is still in my calculator, so I'm going to go backwards. So I'm going to say whatever's in the calculator times 18 times 0.5, and that gives us 101. Now do we need any decimal places? I don't know, it didn't say, did it? 0.23. I'm going to call it 0.23. Right. Inverse proportion. It takes a builder 5 builders to do a job in 6 days. Oh, that takes a while. 5 builders, 6 days to complete a job. How many days would it take 2 builders? So find out how many days work there are altogether. So you've got 5 builders times 6 days equal 60. Why did I write that? It's slow builders. 5 builders times 6 days, which means there's 30 days of work. Yeah. Now 30 days of work, we can up 2 builders, so 30 days divided by 2 will equal 15 days. Right, a number y is rounded to 1 decimal place. The result is 19.3. Write down the error interval. Now, the error interval is where we get sort of a lower bound, and then we get that this number is more or equal to the 19.3 and less than the upper bound. So we need to find what these numbers is. So the smallest number that rounds up to 19.3 is 19.25. And the largest number that will round down, but remember it's going to be less, if we're going to put 19.35 there, I know that would round up, but we see this is less than, so we put less than and all those wonderful things in there, and y, we put y in the middle. Y in the middle. Oh, that's it. Okay. Ooh, let's whiz right back to the top. So that was the paper 2 calculator paper